I was a production manager at an Oregon ceiling tile plant for just about 3 years. When I first arrived, the plant was running well below budget. And the first couple months I was there, I tried to understand what was holding us back. What I noticed was we weren't doing a very good job in a disciplined way around standard work and changeovers. And I felt like that was something I could help the team get better at. Now, the plant had a really great culture of teamwork, and people were always willing to help each other. But what I noticed during changeover was that just a few out of the full crew would be working on the changeover, while the rest of the crew would go to break. When the changeover was over, time was lost when people were needed back on the line. I realized this was something I could work on. So with the help of my team managers, we implemented strict rules about changeovers that said basically everybody helps during a changeover, regardless if you have a specific role, and no one's allowed in the break room. Now, as you might expect, some of the employees did not find this to be to their liking, and I got a number of, let's call it dissatisfied customers come to my office to try to argue me out of this new rule. Now, I would always listen to them, but I was pretty firm in my convictions of we are here to help each other do things in the safest, most productive manner, so you can't help from the break room. So, for now, let's see how things go, and we'll do everything we can to make sure people get their breaks when they need them. Now, in the early stages of this new rule for changeovers, I found that I had to essentially audit the break room at the start of any changeover. So we had the rule that you couldn't be in the break room, but there was always this caveat that if you had to take a break, as long as you had the approval of your supervisor or team manager, that was okay. So at the beginning of any changeover, I would walk from my office through the break room just to make sure that everybody was out and helping. And every so often, especially early on, people would be in that break room, and I would ask the question, has your team manager approved you taking a break during the changeover? I would say 97% of the time the answer was no, and they would leave. Now, this served a few purposes. One was the team managers knew that I had their back. The second was we created kind of this alignment around the requirement that everybody helps. Now, after a few weeks, the time for changeover cut down by, let's call it a third. And people started to notice that, hey, changeovers were getting easier, people were able to help, and we were winning. Eventually, the need to audit the break room became non-existent because people started self-policing. They knew that it was the right thing to do to be out and helping one another, and no one was missing their breaks. Eventually, changeovers became a source of pride, and we got benchmarked by other locations for our approach to changeovers, our standard work, the helping, and just the overall waste removal in the process of changeover. No one ever missed their breaks, but every so often, people would come up to me to say, listen, I know you're just going to say, let's see how things go, but I just wanted to let you know we did great on changeovers today. I hope this story provided you with some inspiration to revisit your own processes. I have a lot more I'd like to share. Head over to pi-partners.com to learn how I can help. And check back from time to time for more Kaizen stories.